All right, I just got an email from a teacher that was worried that I was going to, in my book, It All Falls on the Kid, that I was going to torch the whole system. That is, just so everyone knows, in my book that comes out Thursday, April 23rd, a couple of days from now. Very proud of it. It's not blaming teachers. It's not blaming kids. It's not blaming parents. It's not blaming administrators, school boards, district office. None of you. We're all doing the best we can. I promise. I'm blaming the real problem. The system, the politics, the money. It's always the problem. Let me give you an example. We got people that get sick. We give them, they get sick. They may not need medicine, but what do we give them? Medicine. Okay, that medicine causes some side effects. What do we give them? Medicine. We all know this, right? We all know that medicine needs more medicine, right? We get it. Okay, same thing. We have decided that these standards, which by the way were never always the standards, someone created these standards and decided, well, there's a line somewhere and we need you to be more like someone. It's usually the person looked in the mirror and said, we need to be more like me, more academic, more master's degree, more Harvard, more educated, and less like my dad. Dropped out at 16, hard worker, worked with his hands, fixed everything, much better person than me. But we decided we need more people like me and less people like my dad. So we got to push people to be more like me. I'm not bad. I'm a decent person, but I can promise you I'm not a better person than my dad. I can promise you that. So what we've done is decided we've told kids that there's something wrong with them, and we have been duped into doing so by these companies and by politics. And now we've been sold the solution, just like the medicine, and now it caused a side effect, and now there's another medicine. So now we've done something, we've put something in, and now we need to have an intervention. Well, guess what? Now we have a lot of issues with depression, and of course we do, and self-esteem, and now we don't have enough mental health professionals, and we need more counselors, and this has nothing to do with them. They're great people. But guess what then they're asked to do? They're asked to implement a curriculum, a social-emotional curriculum, and who comes up with that? Same company. So the same company that sells you the curriculum, that sets the standards and tells you there's something wrong with your kid, is the same company that sells you the intervention. And guess what? If none of those work, it's because they weren't done with fidelity, which means the teachers didn't follow the script, which means when something happened in the class and they made an adjustment, like every teacher has always done, which is called teaching, now it's not the fault of the program. It's this, the kid didn't do it right. The kid's not good enough. The kid didn't get there. The kid didn't master it, or the teacher didn't do it with fidelity. It's never the program. The program has never worked. So guess what? They sell the intervention program. Then the intervention program doesn't work. Well, it's because of the kid, and now the kid feels terrible. Well, we'll sell you the social emotional. It is so bad what we are doing to kids. I've gotten to the point I had to leave my job as the principal to take leave. I just couldn't stare at it anymore. I can't. I've stepped out. I've written a book about it. I've taken the biggest risk of my life. I'm not begging. I'm not asking. I just want you to give it consideration to read. If you're not someone who reads, pass it to someone who does. If you're not someone that's really into education or teaching, or you don't have kids, pass it to someone who has kids. Pass it to someone who works at a school. I'm telling you, I'm not looking for pity. I just took the biggest financial and family risk I could ever take because I just felt like I had to. For my kids, for your kids, for my dad, people like my dad, which is why the book is coming out on April 23rd. It's my dad's heavenly birthday. It does mean something to me. I jumped in here to make a 30-second video. I now see it's 4 minutes. It's who I am. No script, just telling you what I think. I asked my wife and some people the other day, if you write a really good book and 50 people read it and tell you it's great, was it still a good book? It's kind of like if tree falls in the forest if no one hears it, right? I don't know. I'm very proud of the book. I've read it, obviously. I've seen it. I wrote it. It's so good. But again, of course I think it's good. I wrote it. If you disagree, if you read it and you disagree, tell me. Put it in the reviews. I'm not asking for fake reviews. I'd love to hear it. I like to hear other perspectives. I'm not like a lot of people. I'd love to hear you out. Maybe I'm wrong, right? But at least the conversation starts. That's the whole point. Now, I don't think I'm wrong, or else I wouldn't have written it. But I could find out I was. Very possible. Thanks for hanging in there if you're still listening to the video. It All Falls on the Kid comes out in 3 days. April 23rd on Amazon. It's for pre-order on Kindle now. If you want the paperback, you have to wait till April 23rd. As soon as you read it, give it a review, please. And again, even if you don't like it, if you think I'm full of it, that's fine. Like but please tell me why you think so, and I'd actually love to talk to you, like literally, not in a mean way. All right. Thanks, everybody.